Hi mga igala, mayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Ako si Maestra Judy. Welcome to Cebuano 101. This is the part 10 of our People and Relationship series. This is the Family Vocabulary Edition. This is the last video for the Family Vocabulary Edition. Also, stay tuned in next week. I will upload the full part 1 to part 10, just the vocabulary for listening. Mga igala, this is available on my Speak Conversational Bisaya Cebuano book. It's available on Amazon and on my Lazada, Shopee, and on my site. Also, mga igala, if you want to access the lesson materials, the PDF, the flashcards, the Quizlet Test Yourself app application, you can actually do unlimited tests there if you want to. So head over to my site and subscribe to my Patreon subscription. That actually helps me maintain my site and at the same time keeps me going in creating Bisaya lessons for you guys. Let's start with our lesson. Okay, the first one, we have relative. Okay, relatives or relative. Pariente. Pariente or kadugo. Okay, relative, kadugo or pariente. Next one, brother-in-law. Brother-in-law is bayaw. Bayaw. Next one, sister-in-law. Sister-in-law is bilas. Bilas. So you have to be very careful with this one, mga higala. You have to pronounce the letter S at the end because if you mispronounce it nearer to letter T, it actually means the private part of a woman, okay? So make sure you pronounce the letter S. It should be bilas, okay? Next one, illegitimate child. Anak sa gawas. Anak sa gawas. Okay, anak is child, and then sa gawas is actually from outside, okay? Sa gawas is from outside. So anak sa gawas is illegitimate child. Next one, we have mistress. Okay, for woman, mistress, two terms. Kabit, or querida. Kabit or querida. Querida is actually a Spanish term. And then for men, we call it lover. You can use kabit. Okay, kabit. Okay? One more time, mistress is kabit or querida. This is for the women or woman. Lover, referring to man. Kabit, you can just use kabit. We don't use querida for men, okay? So normally kabit, just kabit for men. And for women, mistress, we use kabit or querida. Alright, now let's have a review. Mag-review ta, mga higala. What is relative? There are two terms actually. Relative is pariente or kadugo. Pariente or kadugo. Next one, brother-in-law. What is brother-in-law in Cebuano? Brother-in-law is bayaw. Bayaw. Brother-in-law is bayaw. Next one, what is sister-in-law? Sister-in-law is bilas. Bilas. Actually, mga higala, a lot of Cebuanos doesn't really know what is the Bisaya or the Bisaya term or Cebuano term for sister-in-law. We normally just use the English term, sis-in-law, okay, or sister-in-law. But then again, it's good to know the Bisaya term, bilas. Okay? Next one, illegitimate child. Unsa ang illegitimate child sa Bisaya? Okay, illegitimate child is anak sa gawas. Anak sa gawas. Okay. Next one, mistress. Unsa ang mistress sa Cebuano? Mistress is kabit or querida. Kabit or querida. And for lover, for the man, you can just use what? Kabit. Okay, you can just use kabit. So mistress is kabit or querida. For lover, for man, kabit only. Okay, so now let's have a test, mga higala. Let's practice what you have learned. Unsa ang mistress or lover sa Cebuano? Unsa ang mistress or lover sa Cebuano? Here are our choices. Number 1, bilas. Number 2, kabit. Number 3, pariente. Number 4, bayaw. Unsa ang mistress or lover sa Cebuano? What is mistress or lover in Cebuano? The correct answer is number 2, kabit. Next one, unsa ang relative sa Cebuano? What is relative in Cebuano? Our choices are number 1, pariente. Number 2, kabit. Number 3, anak sa gawas. Number 4, bayaw. Unsa ang relative sa Cebuano? The correct answer is number 1, pariente. Pariente. Relative is pariente. All right, next one we have, what is sister-in-law in Cebuano? Unsa ang sister-in-law sa Cebuano? Our choices are number 1, kabit. Number 2, anak sa gawas. Number 3, bilas. Number 4, bayaw. Unsa ang sister-in-law sa Cebuano? The correct answer is number 3, bilas. Okay, last one, mga higala. Unsa ang brother-in-law sa Cebuano? What is brother-in-law in Cebuano? Here are our choices. Number 1, bilas. Number 2, kabit. Number 3, bayaw. Number 4, pariente. Unsa ang brother-in-law sa Cebuano? Correct answer is number 3, bayaw. Okay, mga higala, let's have a recap. Relative is pariente. Relative, okay. Relative is pariente or kadugo. Brother-in-law is bayaw. Okay, bayaw. Sister-in-law, bilas. Bilas. Illegitimate child, anak sa gawas. And then the last one, we have mistress, kabit or querida. And then lover is kabit. Okay. Lover is kabit. Okay, mga higala, if you reach this series, part 10, tap your shoulder, mga higala. Okay? Or you may clap. Okay? It's an achievement for reaching part 10. Just a quick tip, mga higala. In our daily conversation, it is very common for us Cebuanos or Bisaya people to add common names at the end of our sentences, or if we are asking questions, we normally have those common names. So, what are those common names? Those are ate, kuya, manang, manoy, etc. So, I will leave the link of that lesson on the description box so that you can revisit that lesson. And yeah, that's all for today. And see you next week. Daghang salamat. Amping kanunay. See you next time. Bye!